Right, so with this textured look, we went with the Sugar Shock. We did about 6 to 9 sprays, I think depending on density or texture of the hair. With hers it's a little finer, so I used a little more, or depending on how much hold or texture you want. So spraying that all over, combing it into shape, and then just kind of power drying the root area, and then using the nozzle to kind of create a soft little bend or buckled texture. And then just going through with a medium-sized round brush, just to polish some of the ends so it's a little bit more smooth. If you want to leave it as a rougher texture, then you could skip this step. Okay, thank you very much, enjoy.
So I work with a bit more texture, dry, and a sexy beachy sort of feel on the longer hair. Start with Totally Baked, it's the volumizer. Apply all over when it's wet. Comb it through before it actually starts drying. Take a quite big section with a round brush, section by section. Trying to get the root lift much as possible with a little bit of a curve into the hair, all the way up through the top area, dry forward, so again to create the extra volume through the top area. After that, I just put her head back and I just shake everything out and use the sugar dust. Obviously that's going to create extra volume, again with a very matte texture. That's going to give you a lot more of a dry texture through the top area. Something that's great for someone who wants a bit more fuller on the fine hair. So just apply that quite a bit, mainly on the roots directly to get the root lift, and then apply on my hand, and then just to put it all the way through to the mid to the ends, just to give an extra texture, just to give a nice quick shake again, to give a natural sort of result and give a nice sexy beachy hair. Thank you.
Here we are with the finished look. The idea really is to obviously create a kind of multi-textured feel with the finish. We prep the hair first of all with Totally Baked, which is a mousse, which allows the hair to kind of swell a little bit and gives it a great texture to start off with. Works with the hairdryer and fingers to begin with. And then just through the ends, gone through with a round brush just to allow us just to kind of get this kind of multi-textured feel with the hair. So the finishing product is our new product Mega Whip, which is part of the 5 products within Candy Fixations. So my tip to get this product to really work great for you is to use about the size of a 50p piece in the palm of the hand, work it through the hair when it's dry, and then use a hairdryer on a slightly cooler setting, so it just allows you to separate and give you this different dimension to the texture.
Right, so for this gents here, we've gone through and used 2 applications of the Glaze Haze, and this essentially is a lightweight serum that's going to give shine. So first application of Glaze Haze on wet, and then we used a paddle brush and just blowing this front area so we get a little bit of volume, putting the heat up in there, and then brushing everything down quite flat. reapplying the glaze haze in the end, again emulsifying a larger amount on dry so that we get a nice wet look for our 50s rockabilly look. Thank you very much.
Right, so I worked on some matte texture for you today. Obviously it complements the haircut and the color as well. And the product I used was Totally Baked, which is a volumizing, texturizing product. And combed it through the hair, making sure that we got really good coverage with the application. And after that, use the dryer, just use my hands, really buckle and crinkle the hair as the hair was drying off. And in the end, twisted the hair into pieces and with a flat iron just to cure the hair. So it really gets this mad water texture feel. And it is definitely essential to have a really good product to prep with. Thank you very much. So I worked in a style of Marilyn Monroe in the 50s. The products I was using from Bedhead Candy Fixation is the Totally Baked, which is our priming product, which I use after we shampooed and conditioned the hair. I just kind of power dry the hair, rough dry the hair. So when I started setting the hair, basically finding a low side part for this particular style, which gives a nice edge to the finished look. And working with the heated rollers, I also use on every section just a very small amount of the Sugar Shock, which obviously helps you to set the hair on the rollers. And once you set the hair to the side on the front and the top, what you want to make sure is that the sides slightly pushed back, so you create this really sleek effect on the sides to really give the momentum to the shape. Once you finish, you let the rollers cool off, take it out, you start brushing out with a soft brush until you start feeling the hair is pliable, you can manipulate it, you start pushing it into the shape. You start combing, brushing the hair to the sides, obviously off the face, and once you feel like the hair is really soft and pliable, you start pushing the hair back to that wave you're looking for. And that's what gives it this finished look.